All right, so what we did have on watch was TSRI. Well, we still have on watch, but as you can see, it's rejecting here. I don't know. Besides TSRI, we have BBLG. I'm a little late this morning, so but BBLG is already dead. I mean, it's only like 250,000. It's not looking so hot. BDTX. This is another one we had on watch, but literally those three are the only ones that we had on watch. Like there's nothing else moving. So if TSRI can actually pop back up here, that would look great. Right now it's doing it's having like a kind of little pop here, but the one, well actually not the one, the 10-minute MACD doesn't look super hot. So the 1-minute MACD doesn't look too convincing either. If it can pop up above 1360 and hold that level, then it looks pretty strong, but as of right now, it's kind of just, I guess it's already made its move pre-market. So it's a rejection. Can't hold 13. Now it's back below. Hit view up for a second there. Not going to buy any dips or anything. So this one we're most likely going to have to wait on. Other than that, like I said, there's nothing else popping up. BBLG's gone. BDTX. BDTX can break its daily high. Actually, already did. It'd have to get above these levels for me to remain interested. It'd have to get above view up, honestly. And even then, view up's only 30 cents away, 40 cents away, so it's not even a big mover. ACCD. Get in the scans, too loud on volume. BDTX. It's rejecting. BFLY. Too loud on volume. I don't know. Nothing looking good right now. Here, give me just a second. All right, cool. Okay, so what can we do with TSRI here? I definitely want a 10-minute setup. I mean, I'm supposed to be primarily focusing on the 5 and 10-minute regardless, which I'm considering swapping these charts. So changing this one to a 5-minute, changing this one to the 1-minute, so I can primarily pay attention to this side. I think that'll be a better setup, honestly, and we can try and see where that gets me. But right now, I don't know. Right now, I'm a little hesitant on the 5 and 10-minute. MACD isn't looking super hot on the 10-minute. 1-minute MACD is crossing here anyways. For me to be interested in this one, I want to see it above 1350, but it's breaking back down here. Next 5 minutes going to open in about 10 seconds. And so far, this is the only stock that's hit the scans. No other stocks hit the scans today. So let's see, this is back to 1320 here. It's breaking its 1-minute high. Still don't trust it because the MACD. If it breaks this 5-minute low and then pops back up, that would actually look a little good, but I would want it to pop up pretty strong around 1350. A lot of red volume here, high red volume on this first 1-minute candle. Let's see if it breaks this low here. It'd have to touch view up or break a little below view up at 1255. What I don't want to see is a huge dump below its last 1 minute. I don't want to see it all the way down to 1150, because then that would just look trash. I wouldn't be interested in it at all. What are our daily levels as well? Let's see. So 1320 is a big resistance level. We got another one here, 1450. Another one up here at 1670. And then one more all the way up here at, well, 1860. Okay, that's weird. TSRI just popped up on my scans again right now, saying that it hit 1430. I mean, that's a weird market order there, I guess. I'm not sure what that was about. I didn't see that flash. I guess I wasn't paying attention, but I mean, I didn't see that flash. That's really weird. So again, TSRI is the only one that hit the scans, and nothing else is looking super hot. We got, what's this level here? About 1225. So here's back below 13. Can we see it below VWAP or a quick? I just don't like that. I don't like that market order has this huge spike. Now it's getting kind of confusing as to whether I want to continue. Even looking at the stock. VERU, pop it on the scans. Okay. It's coming up to its 20 EMA here. I'm going to take an entry on this one. I want to get in on a pullback, potentially around 6. And we'll see if we can ride this momentum to its, I guess, 50, 670. Taking small share size, TSRI, and see what this one's doing. Let's wait for it to break its 5-minute low here. 1 minute MACD already crossed, 10 minutes still gonna cross. So I think I'm done watching this one for now. Let's stick to VERU. This one I did not expect to pop up today. Next 5-minute candle opens here in about 2 more minutes. We can wait for that setup, or we could take an early entry on the 1 minute. I think $6, a break of $6 would be okay, but it has to pop back above. Still below 1 million in volume, so can't trade it yet. But this looks like the only decent one today. Daily's not so bad. It's nothing crazy either though. So here's a pullback on the 1 minute. See if we get the break of 6. There's a quick break of 6. I'm still gonna wait for a 2 candle pullback on this one. Kind of a slow mover. Let's go back to TSRI, see what TSRI is doing. TSRI is having a hard time breaking below VWAP, but for some reason I feel like this one can definitely do it. It doesn't give me a whole lot of confidence here, especially how the 10 minutes about to open. I don't really feel that this one can hold its level. I think it is gonna break below, but I don't know if it's gonna tank all the way down to 12 or even below 12. If this can hold its level, if the next 10-minute opens and it can hold its level, break below the last 10-minute candle, and then pop back up to around 1350, then I'll be interested in this one for sure. And I think that's what it's gonna do. Because this is the only one besides VERU that's popped up on the scans. So VERU, here's another 1 minute pullback candle. Next 5-minute opens here pretty soon. Okay, so here's the next 5-minute open. I don't like how that 1 minute candle opened though, so I don't know if I'll take my entry. 1 minute MACD also doesn't look the best. Let's see here. High of this candle is 613. I don't know. It's still below 1 million in volume and it's kind of slow. Big seller at 6. I don't know. I'm not feeling this one either, if I'm being honest. Bark popping on the scans, not really moving a whole lot. NES, too low of a price range for me. BBLG. BBLG is getting back above VWAP here, but it's light on volume still, choppy price action. So TSRI is really the only one that I have some faith in. So 10-minute didn't break its low here. It basically double bottoms, high or low of 1255 and then 1265. So actually not even a double bottom here, but it is curling, which I do like. However, I still don't have much confidence in the 10-minute. So we'll see what this actually does here pretty soon. Rejection 1260 now. So there, now it broke its 10-minute low. And let's see if it can pop back above. So the 5-minute MACD is crossing finally. 10-minute hasn't done it just yet. It might be another 10-minute setup. And we're already coming up to 9:45 here. No trades. And I was thinking maybe I should take away that rule and stay till 10, because sometimes some really good stocks pop up past 9:45, especially when the major moves happen pre-market. It takes a little bit more time to actually develop a move here. I gotta let the stock work out, in the beginning. So maybe the next 15 minutes there are moves, and I just leave early. So I'm reconsidering, that rule and swapping it back to 10. But again, I don't want to overtrade or feel FOMO because I'm staying around watching moves happen without me. Or I don't want to build up this need to trade, get emotional on the whole thing. Right now, it doesn't look so hot, so I don't know. What I also could do is just stand by, just keep recording, and just wait out the next 15 minutes but not trade, to just see what's going on. And I think that's what I might do, because if I stick around and I see that majority of the moves are happening past 9:45, well then I'll just take that rule away and we'll just go back to the old format. But as of right now, nothing looks hot. The market's been super slow and trashy. Whether something happened yesterday, I have no idea, because I just left at 9:45 and I just shut it down for the rest of the day. I didn't bother. But we'll see if anything pops up today. Again, I still have faith in TSRI, but I'd rather have a 10-minute setup or maybe a 5-minute setup than focus on the 1 minute, because it's just breaking lower here. It's not looking very, very trustworthy. GGPI is actually popping on the scans. So another one that's just rejecting. It almost has 1 million in volume, basically 1 million, but even then it's choppy price action. NES, way below my price range. Not sure why this is hitting my scans at all. Bark, VERU. I like VERU, but the 1 minute MACD doesn't have me too convinced. I'm gonna need to pull back a little more with this 5-minute. And then on top of that, it's not really moving a whole lot. And this one candle went from 585 to 615. It's not a huge move. I mean, it's it's like 30 cents, but so here's one. It's popping in the scans. ACCD. So this one, it's getting 1 million in volume. I should have been paying attention to this one earlier. This one looks good. Not too big of spread, surprisingly, about 10 cents. The 5-minute looks really good on this one. Same with the 10-minute. I can get in on a pullback around 20, and we could see if we can ride this momentum all the way up to possibly 25. It's at its 20 EMA though on the daily. So here's the next 5-minute candle open. See if it pulls back to 20 here. Not 20, I meant 24. So there's 24 on the bid. Don't know if I should buy right now though. Still pulling back. It's 2401, 2408. I'm gonna wait a little bit. 2402. There's a break at 24. Kind of not sure if I want to take my entry here. It's popping back above 24 now. 1 minute doesn't look the best. Still in it for a 5-minute setup, but I don't want it to pull back too much. 1 minute MACD is not all there either. See if we get a break below 24 a second time. Back up to 2022 or 24.22. 24.30. So now that was my entry. I don't know. I didn't like how the 1 minute opened pretty low. It had me a little spooked there. I was hoping that the 1 minute would open low and then break a little lower, maybe like double bottom here and then pop back up, kind of hold its level. I didn't expect this 1 minute candle to actually break. I could have got in on a 5 minute setup at 24, like I had originally said, but just the way that 1 minute opened didn't have me super convinced. NTRB got halted, but it's only on 200,000 shares of volume. I'm not going to trade that one. So this next 5 minute doesn't look too bad. Let's check out TSRI in the meantime. TSRI still breaking lower. ACCD. We still need the 10 minute MACD on TSRI. If ACCD can finish just like this candle, then I'll definitely take another entry for a rip higher. The only difference between these two setups is that this one actually hit VWAP and it shot up immediately. It had a whole curl with it. This one is going to be different because it's just sideways consolidating here. It's what it looks like. So if this does break lower to 24 again, I'm kind of wanting to see if it can hold 24. And I might take my entry at 24 a second time. Just depends on how much it pulls back below 24. So here's another low 1 minute open. So there, it hit 24 a second time. See if it breaks below 24, and if so, by how much? 24.02 on the bid. Oh, actually, I'd be breaking one of my rules right now because it's already past 9:45, and I shouldn't be trading. One minute MACD doesn't have me super convinced. It's crawling back down, so maybe this is just something I should avoid. We'll see what happens. We'll give it a shot and just watch it. That 1 minute move would have worked out in my favor though if I actually bought at 24 and went all the way to 24.50, so that would have been a nice move, but I didn't take my entry. Like I said, I didn't feel confident that low 1 minute open. Next 5 minutes gonna open here as well, so unless this 1 minute can finish at 24.20 or something, then I'll still feel interested in it, but right now it's pulling back a little too much on the 5 minute. Still have faith in the 10 minute, but like I said, this needs to pop back up to 24.20. At least somewhere above 24. There's 24 in the ask. Nothing crazy though. So no, I'm not gonna trade that one. TSRI. TSR's trying, but still 10 minute. I have to wait for the 10 minute. NTRB. I'm not sure why this one's halted, but again, it's super light on volume. We can watch this one on resumption, but NTST is also hitting the scans. Pretty light on volume as well. Not sure what's going on here. HUDI. Halted going down. TSRI. So I'd want to wait for TSRI to break its 10 minute low. It could potentially double bottom here at the low of 1161. And then that could be a buying opportunity because I do think it can still pop up, but it's going to be another 10 minute setup, I think. That's what I'd be waiting for, honestly, because this doesn't look hot at all. Like, it just looks trash. So many red candles. It's not even funny. So NTRB, let's watch this one on resumption here. 9:46. was its halt time, so that we should see this in about 30 seconds. So ACCD is actually back above 24. Interesting. Let's see what NTRB has here. If this, I'm wondering if this one has a news and it's just going to shoot into another halt. We'll check right now. So really light on volume. Not doing too much. Back below VWAP. Holding its level a little bit. See if we can climb back above 8. And then we can see a rip on the next 1 minute candle. Or is this just going to drop into a halt going down? There's 50. Not looking the best. Back to 50. Halt level just moved down, so now it's going to pop back up, I think. So here's the pop up back above 8. Let's see, 96 on the ask. 7. It's having a hard time breaking above 8. It's not even a big seller at 8. So we did get the pop up though, which is cool. See if this next 1 minute candle can do it. It's kind of having a hard time here at VWAP. Next 1 minute just open. Is it gonna break its last 1 minute low and continue down? Double bottom, and there's a break. So NTRB, oh Jesus, this voice cracks. NTRB is kind of done. Okay, ACCD popping back up here. Nice. I do like the 5 minute now. 24.39 is the high. Could buy this dip on the 1 minute. The 10 minute does give me a little bit more confidence that it can actually break its high of 24.67 now that it's actually kind of making this move here. So I do like that the 1 minute is holding its level. So, well, as I say that now, it's rejecting all the way back down here below 24. So yeah, I think I think it's just safe to call it here. TSRI is the only one that I thought can do it. Here it is, actually. We're seeing a pop back up towards VWAP. 10 minute MACD still needs to cross though. But this 5 minute can actually do it. 5 minute looks really strong. Not really strong, but Jesus, it looks like it could have potential to break back above to 1350 or at least 1320. That'd be the first target where we see a shift in momentum. If it can break back to 1320 and then hold that level and break back in the next couple minutes, on the next 5 minute, all the way to 1360 or 14 even, then this looks really strong for some continuation higher. But this has to hold this range. The 1 minute's not looking super hot though. I do like the 5 minute. I do believe the 5 minute can break higher. I don't want to see a drop to 12 though. So let's see. I want to take an entry here at 12:49. So I'm already way past my time here. Let's just say I did take an entry at 12:49. See if we can get that 5 minute break back up, I guess 213 or above 1280 at least. Right now I'd be about 11 cents up, but really not, just because I have my 2 cent offset and then there's a false break on me. So I'd still be holding in this consolidation most likely, just because the 1 minute it just needs to pull back. But if this continues to drop even further below like 1220, then I'm just out. Here's a pop there to 1240. I could stop out there on that pop and then look for another entry just because it needs to pull back a little bit. The only reason I'd reconsider taking this trade is just because the 10-minute MACD, again, still needs to do what it needs to do, pull back. I don't know. Nothing else on the scans. NTST, ACCD. ACCD, we can get in again here. Let's just say 24 right there for a retest of the high of 2450. That's where I would actually want to get in. So I'd be in at 24 on this one. That's where I'd want to take my entry. But let's see if it can break to 2450 and we can see continuation on the next 10-minute or 5-minute candle. They both open here soon. I kind of want to see what this is going to do. So far, it's not looking so hot in my favor, though. So I'm already down 15 cents on the bid. There it is, back above 24. I want to see a break of that 1-minute high. So there's 24.20. So far, so good. If this thing just rips, my overall target would be 24.50. That's where I'd want to get out at. But if it rips to 24.50, then I think it has a lot of potential to break its high a day, which is around 24.60 or 24.70. So if it just breaks out on this candle, then that'll look really good for me. 24.20 there. Again, I'm not in on the stock. It's just an imaginary trade here just because I'm already way past my rules of trading. I can't trade in this range here. But so far, I mean, it seems like there's potential, more potential past the 15 minutes, such as TSRI setting up on its 10-minute or ACCD here setting up on its 5-minute candle pattern here. So I'd still be up on this one. 24 would be my entry. Right now the ask is at 24.15. See if you can get that break. I want to see it above 24.20 and then a rip through 24.50. It could potentially do it on this next 5-minute. And that's what I'd overall be waiting for. I wouldn't be taking an entry here or anything. It might drop on me, but it's just sideways consolidation. It's in this little channel here, and I would definitely want to wait for the next 5 minutes. It's going to open here in about 20 seconds. So we could see if this is going to rip all the way to 24.50 or have a false break. Right now it's back to 24. A little bit choppy. Back below 24 on the bid, finishing pretty low. I don't like to see that. Okay, kind of a low open there. Let's see if we can get back above 24. Now I'm for sure losing on this trade. 10-minute doesn't look the best either, and I would probably stop out here pretty soon just because of the 10-minute not looking the best, unfortunately. So that would have been my time to sell at around 24.20. I had more confidence in this one, but I don't know, maybe we'll get a surprise here pretty soon. $24.10 there. 12. Okay. Can we see 15, 17 there? See 20. 18. Not a whole lot of volume coming in here. So there's 24.18. Can we see 20? And then can we see 50? Potential rip to high a day here. 20, 22. I want to see 25, 27, 30, 35, 40, and just continuation, but this one's having a hard time here. So I might just exit the trade. 22 again. There's 18. I don't know. I'd still want to be holding here. I'd most likely still be holding, just waiting. Because it's 5-minute high. It's literally right there at 24. All it needs to do is rip through that 24 level, and I think we'll see a lot more volume come in for the break, potentially to 24.50, which would look super awesome. But it's just hovering around 24.20. There's 21, 22. We see a snap through 24, 24, 35. There you go. That's at 35. We're going to see 40 and then 50. There's 40. All right, see we break through 50. It's just so choppy. There's 49, 57. So this would have worked out perfectly. Ugh, but my entry would have been so early. I would have gotten in on the previous 5-minute candle. So nice. That would have worked out perfectly. About a 50-cent trade there if I sold at 50. But I would have had to wait, I don't know how many candles in a row here. I think I was in on this candle, but I can't tell. I don't remember. But that would have worked out perfectly. That was a pretty safe trade if I'm being honest. The most I was down was probably 15 cents, 10 cents. But I was up majority of the time. Although it was really choppy, I was up majority of the time. So that trade would have worked out perfectly. And I could still keep holding for the next 5 minutes, and it's going to open in about a minute and a half. But I most likely would have just sold my position there because that would have been my target, was 24.50. As I had mentioned earlier, if this did break this high, I did see it have a lot of potential to break 24.50. Whether it could get high a day, I mean, it still can if the next 1 or 5 minute can continue higher, but I most likely would have just stopped out there and took another position or another entry later down the road in this next 5-minute open or something. But yeah, that would have worked out awesome. So there's one example of, a trade working out past 9:45 so far. Let's see what TSRI is doing before I close it up here. TSRI is still setting up. The 10-minute did break its low and now it's popping up. So this one is another one I would be looking at or considering, taking a trade on here, but it'd have to shift its momentum and break back above VWAP on the 5 and 10-minute for me to still be interested. HUDI is halting lower and lower and lower. I'm not sure what's going on with this one. I don't know what the news is on that. That's weird. ACCD though was probably the one that I would have worked out the best. Look at that, all the way back up to 1270, 1290 now, 2490. See if we get the break at 25. This one would have worked out perfectly. So again, I would have sold there and potentially bought this dip here as well in the 1 minute. So it would have looked pretty nice to get it on another trade there, 2440 all the way to 2480. Another 40-cent pop there. This one's looking the best, I'd say. But I don't know. Overall, this is one example of something working out past 9:45. So we'll have 1-0 right now and see what the rest of the week brings. If this week is, most of the trades are happening past 9:45, then we're going to go ahead and change those rules again back to 10. Around 10 is where I'm going to stop trading. So anyways, with that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow for some more trades.